Today's Friday, October 9th, and we are going over problems 3 through 11. So you are following along. We are on page 99 and 100. So it looks like, again, we're using the area model, except now we're using the area model to multiply by 4 digits. So just like before, now we just have one added place value. So we're going to start in the ones place, 8 times 2. That's indicated just this little sliver right here at the end. It's even kind of hard to see, but 8 times 2 we know is 16, so we can write that down. Now we're going to multiply by the tens place. So we see that in our area model, 8 times 90. So again, we're multiplying by this digit right here. Because it's in the tens place, it has a value of 90, but I know that 8 times 9 is 72. But because I'm multiplying by 90, that's actually 720. So again, making sure my place values are lined up, that's so important. Next, we're going to multiply by, not the hundreds place, because there's a 0 here, but by the thousands. So you can see that represented here. There's a 1 in the thousands place, so it just has a value of 1,000. 8 times 1,000 is 8,000. So I'm going to add that here. And now I have these partial products, and I will add them together to find the product. 6 plus 0 plus 0 is 6. 1 plus 2 is 3. 7 plus 0 is 7. And 8 added to nothing is 8. So we have a product of 8,736. Now that's reasonable because 1,092 is really close to the number 1,000. And I know that if I multiplied 1,000 times 8, it would give me about 8,000. So this answer is reasonable. Question number 4. Again, starting in the ones place, 3 times 1 that we see here in the area model, just that little sliver, is 3. Then multiplying by a 6 in the tens place. They actually have it down here. And it's represented by this little area right here. I'm not quite sure why they do that and make this so large. That's not how I would draw an area model, but I am not the textbook creator. So 3 times 6 is 18. Bring down your 0. You have a partial product of 180. Now we're going to multiply by the 2 in the hundreds place, which is represented up here. 3 times 2 is 6. But we're multiplying by 100, so that's 600. Add it here. And last but not least, 3 times the 4 in the thousands place, which has a value of 4,000. 3 times 4 is 12. Now I can fill in these remaining zeros. 12,000. And I can add my partial products together. When I do that, 3 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 3. 8 plus 0 plus 0 is 8. 6 plus 1 is 7. And then my 12 stays the same. I have a product of 12,783. Number 5. We don't have the ones place represented here on this area model because we have a 0. You could fill it in, 0. They don't even include it here on the area model. So moving right along to the tens place, if you have a 9 in the tens place, it has a value of 90. So 2 times 90. Well, I know 2 times 9 is 18, plus that extra 0 gives me a value of 180. And then moving on to the 9 in the hundreds place, you see here represented 900. 2 times 9 again is 18. Add your 2 zeros, 1,800. And last but not least, 2 times a 1 in the thousands place gives you that partial product of 2,000. Now you can add your partial products together. Zeros all the way down. 8 plus nothing. 8 plus 1 is 9. 2 plus 1 is 3. You have a product of 3,980. Excellent. Number 6. Starting in the ones place, 6 times 7 is 42. Now a 4 in the tens place, represented right here, of 40. 6 times 40 Well, 6 times 4 is 24. Bring down your 0, 240. 6 times 3 is 18, but you're multiplying by a 3 in the hundreds place, so that has a value of 300. So that would be 6 times 3 is 18, plus my 2 zeros, 1,800. And last but not least, a 2 in the thousands place has a value of 2,000. 6 times 2 I know is 12, but I'm multiplying by 1,000, so it's 12,000. Add that over here to my partial products. Add these together. 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 2. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. Put the 0, carry the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 plus nothing, 1. You have a product of 14,082. Okay, question number 7. So starting in the ones place, 5 times 2 is 10. Then moving on to the tens place. If you have a 2 in the tens place, that's really a 20. You can see that down here. 5 times 20. Well, I could use the basic fact of 5 times 2, which is 10, and then add on my 0, so 100. Then I continue on. 5 times a 0 in the hundreds. That's why you don't even see the hundreds represented on this area model. They go right into the thousands. There's a 3 in the thousands place, so that has a value of 3,000. 5 times 3 is 15, but we're multiplying by thousands, so 15,000. And then I can add that. I actually like to start here with my zeros to make sure my place values are all lined up. It would be very frustrating to get to this point and then make just a simple error in your addition. So you have to make sure your place values are all aligned. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0, 1, 1, 5, 1. 15,110. Okay, last problem on this page. Number 8. Starting in the ones place, it's just a little sliver here on the area model, but 7 times 9. Well, we know that fact, and it is 63. Then we're going to multiply by the 9 in the tens place, which has a value of 90. 7 times 9, we just said, is 63, but add on your 0, so 630. Now we need to multiply by the 9 in the hundreds place, so 900. Again, 7 times 9 is 63, but bring down your zeros, 6,300. And last but not least, a 1 in the thousands has a value of 1,000. 7 times 1,000 is 7,000. So now we have our partial products. We're squeezing them all in here at the very bottom of the page. 3, bring it down. 6 plus 3 is 9. 6 plus 3 is 9. 6 plus 7 is 13. We have a product of 13,993. All right, turn over to the back, page 100. 3 more problems. There are usually 365 days in each year. Okay, I knew that. That is something that I know. Every 4th year is called a leap year and has 1 extra day in February. So every 4 years, you have 1 extra day in February. How many days are there in 8 years? If 2 of the years are leap years. So, 2-step problem here. You need to find out how many days there are total in 8 years. So we would do that by multiplying 365 times 8 years, so times 8. And that's where the fun begins, because we've got to now use partial products. 8 times 5 is 40, plus, this is actually 8 times 60. So I'm going to go up here, 60 times 8. Well, we know that 6 times 8 is 48. Bring down your 0. Now we're multiplying 8 times 3, but it's really 300 times 8 because the 3 is in the hundreds place. So 8 times 3 is 24, but we're multiplying by hundreds, so we need to bring those down. So plus 2,400. When you add those together, let's set that up. Let's see if I can squeeze it in over here. So I'm going to put my biggest number on top, 2,400 plus 480 plus 40. Zeros, 8 plus 4 is 12, 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9, and then 2, bring it down, 2,920. However, they added in this fun little extra tidbit here. 2 of your years are leap years, and what does that mean? You have 1 extra day. So of those 2 out of the 8 years, we need to add on 2 extra days. So you would have a total of 2,922, and that would be your final answer. Woo! Just what you want to do on a Friday afternoon. Number 10. There are 1,250 seeds in each package, and there are 5 packages. How many seeds are there in all? So this is a pretty straightforward word problem. I don't really feel like there's many tricks here. You're multiplying 1,250 by 5. So we can set that up. 1,000 times 5. We're just going to break apart all the place values, would give you 5,000. Now let's represent the hundreds place. 200 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Bring down your 2 zeros, so 1,000. Then we have a 5 in the tens place, has a value of 50 multiplied by 5. We know 5 times 5 is 25, and bring down that 0. There's a 0 in the ones place, so I don't need to do anything for that. I can add these together, and I should get a total of 6,250 seeds. Last problem. Oh boy. All right, so we have 2 types of kittens for sale, the Sphinx and the Persian. A cat breeder has 6 Sphinx litters. So there's 6 of these, and 7 Persian. If all 13 kittens sell, how much money will the breeder earn? Write and solve equations. Okay, we're not going to worry too much about what the variables represent. That's just like an added step that we do not need to focus on in order to solve this problem. So we know that we need to multiply. Let's do the Sphinx up here. 775 times 6 equals, and that's what they're talking about, the variables. Just that's the amount that the Sphinx will represent. The Persian, 698 multiplied by 7, and that will represent the amount for the Persian. I guess we could put S for Sphinx, P for Persian if we really wanted to include those variables. So now we need to do the multiplication. We can break apart our place values. 7 in the hundreds place is 700 times 6. 7 times 6 is 42. Bring down those 2 zeros. Now I need to represent the tens place of 70 times 6. 6 times 7 again is 42. Bring down 1 zero. And then 5 in the ones place. 5 times 6, which is 30. If we add those 3 partial products together, 4,200 plus 420 plus 30, we would have a total for the Sphinx over here. We're kind of solving Sphinx on this side. 0, 5, 6, 4. So that's for Sphinx. Now on to Persian. 600 times 7. We already solved that over here. We know that's 42 plus the 2 zeros. Now a 9 in the tens place, 90 times 7. 9 times 7 is 63. Bring down your 0. And finally, 8 times 7. 8 times 7, if you've been studying your basic facts, is 56. Add those together, and you get a grand total of 4,886. Add that to the Sphinx amount, of 4,650. You get a total of, let's see here, 6 in the ones place. 8 plus 5 is 13. 7 plus 8 is 15. 8 plus 1 is 9. You can barely read my writing because it's right there. It is $9,536. Moral of the story, become a cat breeder. Okay, that's what you have learned on Friday. Sell Sphinx and Persian kittens. Great job this week, guys. I'm really hoping that I'll be back next week, and then we can continue on with our math meetings, but you've done a great job this week, and I'm very proud of all of your hard work.